A Course in Miracles Workbook, Lesson 37. My holiness blesses the world.
This lesson means that the love and goodness inside you help everyone around you. When you choose kind and peaceful thoughts, you bless the world just by being you. Your holiness is like a gentle light that makes the world feel safer and happier.
Your purpose is to see the world with your holiness.
This lesson teaches us that our purpose is forgiveness. Forgiveness means seeing the world through our holiness, not through the unkindness of the ego. The ego wants us to feel separate and focused only on ourselves. But this lesson helps us change that by focusing on our thoughts. If our thoughts come from the holiness inside us, everything we see will reflect that holiness. This idea is very important.
This way, you and the world are blessed together.
The world is like a mirror of my thoughts. Since I am full of holiness and blessing as a child of God, the world I see must also share that holiness. What I see comes from who I am inside. My thoughts never leave their source, so my mind is holy. The world must also be holy. What we see in the world always comes from what we think and stays connected to our minds.
Everyone wins with your holy vision. No one loses, and nothing is taken away. Instead, everyone gains what is rightfully theirs because, as a child of God, they deserve everything good.
This lesson shows that no one has to lose for someone else to win. The ego tells us happiness requires sacrifice, but that is not true. When we see ourselves as holy, we see others and the world as holy too. We are all connected, and true joy comes from sharing peace and happiness, not taking from others. By recognizing this, everyone wins together.
The idea of sacrifice can only be removed by understanding that no one has to lose for someone else to win.
Sacrifice ends when we stop thinking with the ego, which focuses on fear, judgment, and separation, and choose the Holy Spirit, who teaches love, forgiveness, and unity. This does not ignore bodies, but rejects the idea that one must lose for another to win. By seeing others as part of us and choosing love over fear, we let go of sacrifice and find peace.
If we see things any other way, it will always feel like someone has to give up something. In the end, everyone loses.
The ego tricks us into believing we exist because we took something from God and hurt Him. This guilt makes us see others as threats who might harm us, reflecting our own thoughts. Even small annoyances come from the same idea of separation as bigger harms. The ego sees death as punishment for this separation, but this is just the ego's story, not the truth.
He will not understand why he is losing.
I might think I am losing because of something you did or might do to me. But the real reason is that I am creating this dream of loss, where some win and others lose. The ego wants me to forget that I am the one making this dream. As long as I believe I am only a body, I will think others are causing my pain. In truth, my guilt is creating this dream, but I do not see that I am the one making it feel real.
His holiness is remembered when you see him with love and kindness.
When I ask Jesus for help and choose love and forgiveness, I heal my mind and show you that you can do the same. By seeing our connection instead of separation, I remind you of the choice for healing and love. God's teachers do not heal with actions, but by showing that the power is to heal is already within everyone. Then gently help others choose love and peace over pain.
Your holiness blesses others by asking nothing from them. When you feel whole, you do not need to make demands on anyone.
When you think about your relationships, you might notice you often want something from others. This happens because you feel something is missing inside. This feeling comes from believing you are separate and not enough. Jesus teaches that when you connect with your holiness, you feel whole and stop needing things from others. Pay attention when you feel unhappy. It is not because you did not get what you wanted, but because you are listening to the wrong thoughts. See yourself as whole, and you will stop feeling like you need to take from others.
Your holiness helps save the world.
Jesus is not talking about saving the world we see outside. Saving the world means saving ourselves from the belief that we are separate from it. All minds are connected, so when one mind is healed, all are healed. This might not match what we experience here, but by seeing the world with Jesus' perspective, with love and forgiveness, we can understand. To save the world, we must first change our thoughts because the world reflects how we see ourselves.
You show the world it is connected to you, not by talking or teaching, but by quietly knowing that your holiness blesses everything and everyone.
Jesus is not asking us to save the world we see outside or to teach others about A Course in Miracles. Instead, we save the world by healing our own thoughts and letting go of the belief in separation. When our minds are healed, we remember that separation and the world it created never truly existed. Our holiness comes from God and extends to everything because ideas never leave their source. We do not need to worry about how miracles or forgiveness work. Our role is simply to accept healing in our own minds. By choosing the Holy Spirit or Jesus as our guide, healing and change happen naturally. The key is being willing to see things differently and accepting their help. If we feel stuck, it means we have not fully opened ourselves to their guidance yet. Healing starts with this choice.
Today, practice 4 times for 3 to 5 minutes each, starting by saying, "My holiness blesses this chair. My holiness blesses that window. My holiness blesses this body." Then close your eyes and think of someone. Say, "My holiness blesses you." Name.
Jesus starts with simple things like a chair, a window, or a body, then asks us to bless a specific person. This helps us learn to forgive and bless others, even those we might feel upset with. You can practice with your eyes open or closed, whichever feels right.
You can keep your eyes closed, open them to practice with what you see around you, or switch between both. Finish by saying the idea once with your eyes closed, and then again with your eyes open.
Jesus is a gentle teacher. He uses words like "you may" and "if you want," because he does not force us to learn. He wants us to choose to learn his lessons so we can grow strong in understanding.
For shorter practice, repeat the idea as often as you can. You can also silently apply it to anyone you see by saying their name like this: "My holiness blesses you." Name.
Jesus is asking us to pay attention to how our egos act, especially with others. He knows we will sometimes make mistakes and have unkind thoughts. This lesson helps us correct those mistakes by noticing them and asking Jesus for help to remember today's idea.
If someone makes you feel upset, use the idea right away.
Most people do these lessons without much thought, just saying, "I bless you," and hoping for change. But Jesus wants us to understand that how we see others reflects how we see ourselves. Simply saying the words without understanding will not help and might even hide ego thoughts like guilt or anger. The goal is to notice and bring those ego thoughts into the light to be healed. When doing this lesson, follow Jesus' instructions, but also ask yourself why you might see others as separate. Be honest about any guilt or anger you are holding on to, because only then can you let it go and let the lesson work.
My holiness blesses the world. My holiness blesses the world. My holiness blesses the world.